This question is from Alexandra. She wants to know, my husband wants a new car, and we will probably end up with a payment around $1,000. I'm not happy about it, but happy spouse, happy house. I'm doing my best to keep it within 23.8. Do you have any advice?
Okay, so I love this mantra, happy spouse, happy house. And I think that's a neat thing, right? Whenever you're in a marital relationship, your desire should be that you guys are on the same page and you want to have, there's a give and a take. However, when happy spouse, happy house begins to lead down the path of making really negative financial decisions that could have a huge impact later on, I think that perhaps you are doing a disservice trying to have a short-term happy spouse that could lead to a long-term very unhappy spouse if one day you decide, oh, we didn't save enough for retirement or we can't leave the workforce. So when I hear Alexandra's question, if they're not on the same page about this decision, it feels to me like their goals aren't aligned. Like they've not had that conversation around, okay, what do we want to be doing with our dollars and where should we be putting them? I think that's probably the first thing they got to fix.
Yeah, I think here's the way I would handle this, and we're not counselors, psychologists, or anything, but we have been married.
Just play some on YouTube.
Yeah, I have 25 years, my 25-year wedding anniversary coming up actually this month. So I know a little bit about communication with your spouse. The first thing is you've got to overcome the bias towards instant gratification, because that's what I think your spouse is probably feeling very strongly about, picturing themselves in this sexier car and how cool that is, and how it's just a lot of feel-good feelings that's going to happen in the short term. And that might be causing a distraction from the long term or the heaviness of this actual one decision. So then after you kind of know that that's what you have to overcome, how do you do this? I just had to go to the eye doctor, and they did the whole A/B analysis where, does it look better this way? Does it look better this way? And I want you to go to and you can probably use we have some resources on our website, moneyguy.com. You can look at our 23.8 hub. You could actually figure out what the car payments are, as well as what the long-term ramifications on this is.
There's a calculator you can use.
There's a calculator, because this is, if you put in the car or the car payment you think would actually put you on the path of financial success for the long term, run that, just like we just did a case study, versus what the car that they want to buy that's $1,000, and see what the A/B analysis difference is for your long-term self. And then if you need to really add some turbocharge in this, put that to the time quantity, meaning look at what y'all make as a household income-wise, or what you spend, because that really for retirement, it's more tied to your expenses, and then see how much that difference in what the money could become is time. And I think that you can then, that will break your spouse from thinking about how good it'll feel to drive this sexy car versus how good it will feel to retire 10 years earlier or 15 years earlier from this one decision. Because I will tell you, the best driving car, and I know this sounds so hokey, but it's true, is that paid for car.
Exactly right.
And if we can get you there quicker and sooner, this is the goal and this is the path.
And I would say, make us the bad guy. Go to your spouse and say, hey, look, this is the car buying checklist from the Money Guy show, and we're deviating from this. This is a luxury car. We got to pay it all. Or this, we're not doing the 3, or we're not doing the 8. Or if you are dead set on, okay, we are going to buy this, we are going to buy this, we're going to buy this, and to do this, we're going to break the rules, then I would argue one of the things you have to do, if you're going to do 23.8 on a luxury automobile, which I don't think that you should do
you
it
can't
ever.
Do it. That's actually breaking the rule.
Ever. But if you do that, right, I think that what you have to do is you have to put so much down on that 20 that you tell your spouse, hey, what we're going to do is we are going to save and save and save for this goal and save for this goal and save for this goal, so that we're not breaking these 23.8 rules, so that we're not financing it for more than 3. If $1,000 is a car payment, because did she say that it was a luxury car? I don't think she said it was a luxury. She didn't say it was a luxury car. So let's just assume the $1,000 car payment isn't a luxury automobile, but just based on the numbers that they're using, that's why they're getting to 1,000. you need to put so much more down than 20% that you keep it inside the 8% and inside the 3 years financing. And if you cannot do that today, then I think you got to save for a bigger down payment and a bigger down payment, a bigger down payment, so that you don't break the money guy rules.
Yeah, I mean, 23.8 is supposed to err towards the sides of the Versa or the Corollas or the Civics. It's not just so you can qualify for the Suburban.
That's right.
Or some of the Sequoias or some of the other things that I think people, just because it's a Toyota or even a Honda, doesn't mean that it automatically qualifies for 23.8. 23.8 is just a bridge so that when it's okay to actually finance a vehicle for reliable transportation versus just putting the extra weight of you need to pay cash. Anything that's extra, that's more of a luxury, that's just so you can feel good, to stroke the ego or how you feel about things, that's not a 23.8. That's more of something that, because the preferential thing for all auto transfer decisions, if you can, pay cash.
Yep, love it. Agreed.